Once upon a time, in the lively city of Metronia, there was a quirky little shop squeezed between a bookshop and a coffee house. This shop had no name, just a sign with a question mark doing the tango with a light bulb. This was the Curiosity Emporium, where the curious-minded came to find answers to life's trickiest questions. Inside, the shelves groaned under the weight of ancient scrolls, dusty tomes, and peculiar artifacts. It was a nerd's paradise, with the distinct aroma of old books, freshly brewed coffee, and a hint of mystery. The Emporium buzzed with the soft murmurs of intellectuals, dreamers, and the occasional lost tourist who wandered in looking for Wi-Fi. One day, Elara, a young woman with the energy of 1,000 toddlers on a sugar rush, stumbled into the Emporium. Recently, she had found herself stuck in the quicksand of laziness, much to her bewilderment. She was determined to solve this mystery and regain her unstoppable mojo. As Elara wandered through the aisles, she discovered an old, dusty book titled The Logic of Laziness. Intrigued, she plopped down in a comfy armchair and began to read. The book's pages unfolded tales of ancient scholars who had pondered the very essence of laziness, trying to make sense of this enigmatic force. The first chapter was about burnout. It recounted stories of brilliant minds who, after years of non-stop brainpower, found themselves as useful as a chocolate teapot. They realized that even geniuses needed to kick back and binge-watch medieval drama series now and then. Next, Elara read about lack of motivation. It was like the explorers of old who lost their way because their GPS kept saying, recalculating. They needed to rediscover their purpose and spark that joy, just like tidying up with Marie Kondo. The chapter on fear of failure featured inventors who hesitated to share their groundbreaking creations, afraid of being laughed at like a knock-knock joke at a stand-up show. They learned that failure was just another word for interesting plot twist. Overwhelm came next, with tales of artists who felt like they were trying to paint the Sistine Chapel with a toothbrush. They figured out that breaking tasks into bite-sized chunks made everything as easy as pie, or at least easier than math homework. The book also touched on the comfort zone. It described poets who found solace in writing haikus about their pets. They discovered that occasionally venturing out of their comfort zones opened up new worlds of inspiration and the occasional sunburn. Finally, Elara reached the chapter on mental health, where warriors battled invisible dragons within their minds. They sought therapy and support, realizing that mental health days were just as important as pajama days. Closing the book, Elara felt a light bulb moment much like the shop's sign. She realized that understanding laziness wasn't about blaming herself but about recognizing the multifaceted reasons behind it. She saw that by unraveling the mystery of laziness, people could develop empathy, grow stronger, and maybe, just maybe, learn to laugh at themselves a little more. With renewed energy and a new perspective, Elara left the Emporium. She knew her journey was about finding balance, embracing the ups and downs, and always remembering to laugh along the way. And so, the Curiosity Emporium continued to be the go-to spot in Metronia, where the city's curious souls came to seek wisdom, share a laugh, and maybe find a solution to the age-old question of why we sometimes prefer napping over conquering the world. Stay tuned for more excited topics. Enjoy the rest of the day or have a good night.